Yo, what's up guys? Today I will list a couple of reasons why I think that Cold War Zombies is actually one of the best zombies games ever made. It's kind of, for me, rivaling with Black Ops 3 because I think Black Ops 3 is still the most liked game, but I don't think necessarily that it is about the game and the mechanics itself, but more so the times that associate Black Ops 3 with what happened in the zombies community. Because in those times the zombies community was at an all-time high, especially with EE4C. So I feel like that, oh my fucking god, bro. So I do think that adds somewhat of a reason to it why Black Ops 3 is so loved by the community. Now the points I'm about to make are not ranked in any particular order, but that's all I have to say about that. Let's jump into the first reason why I think Cold War Zombies is really good. Cold War Zombies is crossplay, which allows you to play with players who are on console, even if you are on PC. So that just opens up so much more player base and so much more available players to play with. And if your close friends have, like in my case, always have consoles and don't have PCs, then this is a great way to just play. Another thing which Cold War added, which is fucking dope, I think Black Ops 4 had it as well, yes, that you have the in-game pause button even if you're on co-op. And this is just a feature which is, I feel like, so simple, like really so simple, but it's just so significant, especially for high round players. If you play co-op with a friend, like back in the days, you used to keep a zombie behind a barrier or something, and if he bled out or something and your friend is away, you would just be screwed for the game and it's over. Now the next point, which I think is really significant also, it adds so much more replayability to the game, to a certain extent obviously, but the skill tree and basically skilling your perks, weapon and field upgrades throughout playing like multiple games. So for you guys that don't know, if you play Cold War Zombies, you get ether crystals, which is basically the currency for unlocking new stuff in your skill tree. There are in total 5 levels for each upgrade, and with each level the price increases and the rarity of the ether crystal increases. You get them by playing high rounds, and also I think you get bonuses for doing Easter eggs, but I'm not totally sure about that. The thing is about this skill tree, and it makes so much sense, I believe, to do it like that. So because you basically progress in game to upgrade your classes out of game. So you don't upgrade mid-game and lose it afterwards. So you basically progress to something, and there is a lot to unlock with only this. So this is definitely a nice feature. So the next point will be about the created class system itself. And I believe Cold War has the best created class system by far. You have a primary weapon and a field upgrade, and that's it. And it just doesn't sound like a lot, I know, but the amount of weapons alone that you can unlock with the DLC weapons and the attachments for each gun, I believe there's in total 70 levels for assault rifles and other rifles. I think pistols are level 30, and there's also a dark matter camo, and this is a lot to work towards. Progress toward dark matter, it also switches up the game and you try out different guns, and I feel like that also always adds replayability. And this also combined with the double XP tokens and double weapon XP tokens that you have in game, you can basically get double XP whenever you feel like it if you have enough tokens. For me, for example, I think I have like about 100 stacked, and I never paid anything for this game, except no, I paid for a battle pass, right? Another thing I also like about just the created class with the added DLC field upgrades, I feel like the variety of field upgrades you have and the options to choose between with is so much, and they all are pretty balanced out. I guess you could say Ring of Fire is the most overpowered, but so OP. I feel like every field upgrade is good to use, and it also is fun to switch up the field upgrades once in a while. Now for the next few points, I would kind of get into the gameplay side of the things. And first thing I want to mention, and I always mention this, I know I always say it over and over, but the Rampage inducer in Cold War is one of the best features, I feel like. Because I remember we used to have, like in Black Ops 2, you had the option sometimes to, like in private match, you have the option to start games at around 5 or around 10 or around 20. And this basically just gave you the head start of going through the first slow rounds. And if you already know what you're doing, it's basically just boring to go through these first rounds. And the Rampage inducer on every map, it's very difficult, no, for sure, it's really challenging. However, you can literally go to round 10 in like 3 minutes or something. And it's so insane, and it just helps you get through the first rounds fast, and I feel that is a pretty good feature. Another thing which I absolutely love about Cold War is that they finally added score streaks. I always wondered what it would feel like if they added score streaks into zombies, and it made the game so much more fun to me. I don't know about you guys, but I fucking love the score streaks and everything, and the way they just feel and how they play. That was definitely the right move. What I also like is actually the salvage system. At first, I was kind of confused, and I don't know if I ever liked it, but I am a fan of it now. Like, it adds another just currency to the game basically, and you're just not stuck on your money. And that's basically how you upgrade your weapon and upgrade your armor. And the kind of, while we're at it, the armory system, I don't know how to feel about that. I think it's actually better than the normal shield, because you can just buy one whenever you want. You don't need to find any parts or something like that. So that's definitely good. Which leads oh my fuck. Which leads us directly to our next point, which is that Cold War is friendly for new kinds of players, like the guys who just first start playing zombies on Cold War. Got, I think, the best introduction to zombies, because this game really just tells you what to do, and it's not like as kind of a mystery as it used to be, which you could also say is a downside to the game, that which makes it kind of too easy. But I don't feel like that. And especially after Black Ops 3, how the fuck could Cold War be easy? But never mind, yeah, on to the next point. I also just love how Cold War playing feels like the hit markers and the crossers and the movement. And I think everybody will agree with me that like Cold War did it the best. I don't think there's anyone who will argue with that. Next, I want to talk about the equipment, like only speaking about the normal grenades and the special grenades. Cold War did this the best, I think, also, because Semtex and grenades are finally useful like they should, because they're explosives, goddammit. And also C4s and Casimir devices and the monkey bombs. Oh my god, I forgot about monkey bombs too. The monkey bombs finally do damage. Like, I don't think I need to say anymore that Cold War equipment is just the best. Now, another big feature is that you can change your class mid-game. And this is just useful not because you can change your weapon mid-game, but the moment you change your class, your field upgrade changes with it. So you can basically play every field upgrade you want, and you can choose whenever you want, and you can switch between the field upgrades throughout the game. Another big feature is, this is the first game that added this, is that when you switch out a weapon for another weapon, it just drops down to the floor and it stays there for, I think, I don't know, like a minute or two. And this allows you to just stack your guns up, and you don't have that sweaty ass decision when you're in front of the mystery box and you're like, oh, am I gonna trade this gun or not? So this is really huge. And while we're talking about the weapons anyway, I will get to the wonder weapons. The first thing, I think everyone is hyped that the ray gun made its fucking comeback. I honestly, I thought it was dead, buried in the ground, bro, after Black Ops 3, but they brought it back. And I think everyone was excited about it. So we have on the other maps, we have the Cerberus, the Die, the Crystal Axe, and the Ray K. I think the Ray K I was probably the most hyped about, because I always imagined how a ray gun would feel like a outer rival. I think the closest thing to it was like a custom zombies map. But they add the Ray K, and I fucking dig all the other weapons too. The Die upgrades, I like those as well. Oh, and I dig that they still haven't patched it to this day. You can literally run supersonic speed with the electric Die, and they still haven't patched it. I don't know why. And the Cerberus, the normal version of the Cerberus, I think that is the most iconic, or maybe the Crystal Axe. Those are the two most iconic weapons about Cold War, I feel like, and the Cerberus definitely was really fun as well. And the last thing I want to tell about the gameplay kind of side is exfilling. Like, it feels way better to exfil a game and stay alive than just downing or ending the game, if you know what I mean. It just adds like a little boost at the end. Now for these last 2 points, I just gonna wrap this up pretty quick, because this video is getting way too long. And I don't think I even listed everything I wanted to list. But the last thing I'll say is that the Onslaught mode and Outbreak mode were, I think, also huge moves. Especially Outbreak, I feel like, brought a lot of players from the multiplayer community into the zombies community. And that just, I feel like Outbreak is all in all pretty just creative. And just another idea how to play zombies. The thing is though, Vanguard just kind of ruined it though for everyone, but it was good while it lasted. Let's just say it like that. Onslaught mode, I guess you could say, for me it was fucked because on PC it came a year later, and I barely got to play it. But I think it was pretty nice as well. But that wraps up the video for today. This was everything I had to say about Cold War. I do feel like Cold War is one of the most superior zombie games. I think the only question left is if BO3 is better or Cold War. I think personally, for me, it's really hard because, like I said, the times associated with Black Ops 3 were just the best times in the zombies community all in all. And also with custom zombies now, I feel like Black Ops 3 just takes the cake. However, Cold War is still one of my favorite games. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me actually know what you guys prefer, if you prefer Black Ops 3 or actually Cold War. And also if you have any features which I forgot on this list, make sure to leave them in the comments as well. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I know we're all broken these times, but it's free.
Real estate.
Yeah, leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.